Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, I guess, somewhat of a bit of a bonus video here, but we're gonna dive into some news for that of Superman, and I have to admit, it is quite exciting getting a look at some of the Metropolis set dressing that is going on, because we get to see what the Daily Planet looks like, we get the logos, we even get some Easter eggs in there, even kind of a little bit of an Easter egg to one of the Bat family members, believe it or not. Once again, I do want to remind you to go ahead and like this video only if you do enjoy it, and I'm going to remind you once again, because it worked the other day, my YouTube analytics tells me that so many of you keep coming back to the channel week in, week out, and you're not subscribed. I think it's like, what, 47 or 52% of regular viewers in the past month. Maybe today is the day you'll subscribe, because honestly, you might actually think you are already, so double check that red button. So let's start off with this article quickly here from Variety, because it's just kind of got me quite excited for what is to come. So the headline is Warner Brothers debuts explosive new Joker 2 trailer. So Warner Brothers gave Cine Europe trade show a healthy assortment of big name exclusives in its presentation on Tuesday. Now, this is what's cool. We also have a little tidbit about Superman that we're going to get to in this article as well. Arguably, chief among them was the explosive new trailer for Joker Folie de Todd Phillips' sequel to his billion-dollar topping 2019 smash hit, which the audience in Barcelona got the very first taste of in the build-up to the film's release in October. The first trailer, which debuted at CinemaCon in April, racked up 167 million views in its first 24 hours, and it was great to see how many people saw the vision for the sequel after that. I'm never going to let that one die. And now, you know, they're talking about how this new trailer shown at Cine Europe here was arguably the chief among them and explosive. But Warner Brothers didn't reveal when the new trailer would be released publicly. So it's coming out in October. I don't think we're going to get this maybe in the next couple of weeks or anything. I mean, that'd be great if we did. This is kind of one of those things where, you know, they show trailers and things within that of the trade to cinema owners and everything like that. So it's a trailer we will see eventually, but how long will we have to wait? Well, I don't know. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I guess the buzz from it was that great. But I do expect that this second trailer will demonstrate a bit more of the musical numbers that we'll see from Lady Gaga's Harleen Quinzel or Lee, and of course Joaquin Phoenix's Arthur Fleck, of which if you've seen Walk the Line before, you'll know that he can sing. He sang as Johnny Cash in that, although I don't expect Arthur Fleck to sound like Johnny Cash. So it's going to be interesting. Either way, apparently the second trailer is insane. And that's not surprising because, I mean, obviously we all liked this first Joker Folie de trailer. And also the first movie, each trailer people loved. Like, they're some of the best trailers that we've gotten in years. Each one just slapped so hard. So I really do expect them to really garner the hype up more and more with each and every trailer, even for that of the sequel. But it doesn't end there in this article. There's another little tidbit here. Phillips was among a who's who of major names the studio had called upon to record special messages for Cine Europe. Others included Jack Black, speaking from the set of the Minecraft movie, and here we have it, James Gunn, David Corenswet, and Rachel Brosnahan as they took a break from filming DC's Superman reboot. So I don't know what that message said. It was probably something like what they've done before, because I think they have done something like this before. I can't remember if it was from CinemaCon, very similar kind of event, I guess, in terms of how they were like, hey, you know, we got Superman coming out, we're working on it right now, and we can't wait to show you more. But I would die to see just the clip of David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan as Lois and Clark, because, you know, outside of Rachel Brosnahan's video when they started filming in February, when you have Lex Luthor, or should I say Nicholas Hoult, and David Corenswet just kind of lean in like that, we've had nothing. However, ladies and gentlemen, that could change soon. I know I keep saying that because there's quite a bit of filming going on right now with, you know, the Kent farm, the beach stuff with Luthor Corp, and now Metropolis, but we've got some dates for street closures and whatnot, and given the set dressing that they're doing with the Daily Planet and other Metropolis shops and whatnot and stores, I I do feel like there's a chance we could see Lois and Clark. So let's get into that part of the video and my kind of, reaction to what's going on with our looks at the Daily Planet. But first, actually, just a day ago, we did have James Gunn say, always nice to have friends visiting the set. And we can see that Chris Pratt visited the set of Superman, and everyone seems like super locked in. Like, obviously, some scene is being filmed right now. They're seeing it on the monitors. Who knows? Could it be a Lois and Clark scene, a Superman scene, a Superman and Lex scene? It's anyone's guess, right? And lots of people were saying, is that Steve Lombard in the background there? You can just slightly tell that the guy has a stash. By the way, it's just like a little nice bonus photo. But now, guys, we need to get into the set photos, the Daily Planet dressing that's going on. So I will be leaving credit on screen for everybody who was uploading these photos from whether that's Reddit to Instagram to Twitter, so you can go and check these guys' accounts out themselves just in case they do post more, because I believe these photos are from a lot of passers-by or people who just kind of live in the area. But we have here from MRMC Pete here on Reddit, the former Leader building. Set dressing is going up today, but they're keeping the name of the movie secret, and it's impossible to guess what it might be. And lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, here is the front of the Daily Planet, and I think it looks gorgeous. Absolutely mother-freaking gorgeous. I love the design of this building, the entrance, the kind of gilded, bronzy-looking grand opening to that of the Daily Planet. The revolving doors is another one. You can imagine Clark running through those and getting changed into Superman in a classic kind of Christopher Reeve style, even though I don't know if that will happen because it's kind of a bit bait doing that, like at the very entrance to your Daily Planet. But I suppose, yeah, super speed. But it's going to be interesting to know, is Gunn going to do things like that? But either way, the Daily Planet, love the kind of bold text embossed into the metal framework above the door there. It looks great. But it doesn't end here, guys. We've got quite a few photos to go through, a few Easter eggs that we can kind of dissect from them. But I don't really think it looks any better than this. I mean, it feels like we haven't had a Daily Planet like this in a while. The last Daily Planet vibes that I have, or like this gives me, is, believe it or not, like Superman Returns. Like, say what you will about Superman Returns, but the Daily Planet, like location, when Superman, I'm probably showing clips on screen right now, when he saves the globe from falling, to even the entrance there, it's very kind of retro-futuristic-y, right? And I think Gunn is going for that similar aesthetic, and he has also stated, as I've pulled up in recent videos, that it is an aesthetic that's never existed before. And we are getting more and more clues of that in these set photos. Now, here's a cool tidbit from DC Film News saying, fun fact, Clark Kent worked for Cleveland Evening News in Action Comics 2 and 11. The Leader building housed the Cleveland News in the 1920s. It's now coming full circle since the Leader building will be the Daily Planet for Superman. So that is like a nice kind of little callback there. And obviously the Leader building, if you look at images of it, isn't like a super tall building. What they're gonna be doing, obviously with the kind of movie magic, is they're gonna be using the entrance way, maybe even slightly the interior, because that looks really nice and grand, and you can imagine Lois and Clark walking through to do whatever they're going to do that day with their reporting. But from the outside, the building, from what we can observe from other set photos, will be quite a tall building in Metropolis with the globe on it, which, you may sound, well, of course the globe will be on it. Well, that's not technically true because some Daily Planets out there haven't done that. But what we can tell from other photos here is that it really does seem to be the case. It's not just going to be this beautiful opening. They are going to make the building very, very tall. So, get another building in CGI or something like that, but just use this as the entranceway and film maybe a little bit of the interiors, and maybe some, set from other internal locations like sound stages and whatnot. But from some other accounts that I'm showing on screen right now with their brilliant photos, you can see like Jitter's Coffee here in the logo, and you should all know what Jitter's Coffee is. They have like the Metropolis skyline on their logo, and you can see that one of the tallest buildings in Metropolis is the Daily Planet, and you can see none other than the Daily Planet globe on the top of the building. So it's very much so there. I can't wait to see what it looks like. like with all of these other buildings and stores advertising like different, takes on the skyline with the globe so evident, or the sun is in the background and, just kind of depicting the golden city of Metropolis. I hope it has like a very yellow gleaming aesthetic, making it such a golden city. It's like the golden entrance to the Daily Planet. I hope that reflects on the globe as well, this gilded, gorgeous, shiny looking Daily Planet globe. We've got like logos for the Daily Planet here now. We did see like the font of it previously, but now we've got an actual like logo of the globe itself. And we have got information coming out of fox8.com saying that there is going to be full road closures starting Thursday, June 20th. And there's going to be a road closure on Friday, June 21st as well. So I can only assume that this is quite simply because they are shooting on those days, which is why they've done this very accelerated set dressing preparation for those shooting days. So will this be the day where people get photos of whatever actors will be on set on those road closures? I assume Lois, Clark, maybe other Daily Planet members like Perry White going into the Daily Planet. Maybe there's some simple shots that they've got like that, maybe getting a coffee outside from Jitters. You know what I mean? Just simple stuff like that. But even little crumbs like that, which I don't think are mega spoilers, because some people say, and I do get like mega spoilers that people don't want to know, but stuff like that, like seeing Lois, what her attire looks like, maybe a Daily Planet badge, shout out to Will Rios here, showing amazing concept art of what Clark and Lois could look like, with David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan. Can we see something like this? I don't see that as mega spoilery, because that's stuff we'll see in posters and the first trailers that we get. So I don't mind seeing a set photo of that right now, not at all. And I would die to have something like that, because don't forget that Superman wraps filming in July, like late July. So they're really getting on their way, and I'm really hoping, whether it's this week with these road closures or next week or God knows when, we could finally get some breadcrumbs. I'm not even talking Superman suit photo. I mean, we could get another look at the Superman suit. I mean, I think we need that other angle by now, something lighting up the suit a bit more. How do the trunks look like? But at the very least, Mr. Gunn, or any passers-by out there, can we please get the opportunity to just get a gorgeous shot of Rachel Brosnahan's Lois and Clark in reporter mode? Maybe with Jimmy there, maybe with Steve Lombard, maybe Cat Grant. I don't know, but I need something. I need something. Now, as you can tell from the set photos of the stores they're setting up, like the Silas Deli or the Carlisle Bakery, it is kind of very retro futuristic-y at the same time. I mean, these are quite simple. I'm not saying that like, oh, that's such a 1920s store, but there is vibes of this simplistic old town kind of feel to it with the design that they're going for with some of these places. Yet, obviously, it's going to be present day. I think you can definitely tell the vein, the thread that they're pulling from in creating this modern yet retro-vibed Metropolis. Now, there are some Easter eggs here as well, like the Carlisle Bakery. I guess you could say this is an Easter egg. That's like a direct pull from Metropolis in some of the comics with regards to that is the name of an actual bakery there. Now, as for Jitters, notice how it's on 48 Concord Street. Many people are pointing out how could this maybe be a reference to Ultraman in terms of Gary Concord's Ultraman. Not the same Ultraman that we've been talking about with regards to, an alternate version of Clark Kent, but if this Concord Street is a reference to Gary Concord, it's not that Ultraman. Although if it is that reference, it could be an on-the-nose kind of funny nod to maybe what fans could have found out through those rumors, because Ultraman, this version of Ultraman, first appeared in the 1940s as a part of the All-American comics that you're seeing on screen right now, which, eventually merged with that of DC Comics in 1946. But again, separate from the actual DC Universe version of Ultraman that we've talked about before. And then there's Lacey's Arcade here, and it's a similar kind of potential Easter egg. I say potential because I'm not citing this as a statement or an absolute fact. Let me know if you have any corrections on what you think this Easter egg could be. But Lacey's Arcade, could it be a reference, some people are wondering, to Clifton Lacey, who is known as Solaris in the comics. But once again, the similarity with our previous Easter egg comparison is that it's not the Solaris that we've been theorizing about, of which could be in the background of the suit reveal image, that is a Solaris as we know, of which is this artificial sun, and you know, it's in All-Star Superman. This is actually a different version of Solaris, who is quite different because Clifton Lacey, he's a scientist, and he had this solar power project, and he basically had a freaking solar beam weapon, which, funnily enough, again, similar, I guess you could say, to the beam we see going out at Metropolis, or the other way as well, of which, by the way, fun fact, I just want to put it in this video, I got a message from somebody on Instagram saying, hey, I was just playing like the Injustice mobile game, I think they said, and, you know, I kind of recognized something. And lo and behold, it is kind of very eerily similar, isn't it? Like, it's kind of like they used a similar PNG from the game, which I think was titled this force field device, and they touched it up and put it in the background or something. I mean, I'm not saying that is the case, but it is this odd coincidence. But anyway, just wanted to chuck that little tidbit in there. Shout out to the person who sent that to me. I'm not sure if they want their name revealed, so I'm not going to say. But back to this, yes. Lacey's Arcade, Clifton Lacey. It could be an Easter egg for a version of Solaris, if you will. And then lastly, guys, we have a Bat Family Easter egg, if you will. And some people, I keep seeing people like report or outlets report saying, this person's confirmed in the DCU. Now, I'm not saying they're not in the DCU, by the way, but it really isn't a confirmation. So as we can see here, one of the stores, or should I say a bar here, is called the Wounded Duck. And that is very much so a reference, or should I say more so accurately, an Easter egg to that of Tim Drake. Because in the Future's End storyline, after Tim Drake was wounded, he basically left Batman. He went by the alias of Cal Corcoran, and he went to New York, and he opened a bar called the Wounded Duck. So as you can see, absolutely a Tim Drake reference here. But no, this isn't Tim Drake's actual Wounded Duck, in my opinion, because as it says there on the business, established 1976. And Tim Drake, if he was in the DCU, with this Batman being like 8 to 12 years in, he would absolutely have not been born in 1976. And also, before anyone says it, no, Superman isn't in the 1970s. This is a present-day storyline. So in 2024... 2025. So yes, this is just simply an Easter egg to Tim Drake's The Wounded Duck, but no, this doesn't mean Tim Drake opened a Wounded Duck in Metropolis, because, you know, there's also even the speculation of, is Tim Drake even going to be in the Brave and the Bold, or are they going to skip over him? But we don't know one way or another, but he absolutely wouldn't have established the Wounded Duck in 1976, you know, decades into the past. He would really be a young Tim Drake, if anything, in The Brave and the Bold. So just wanted to put that out there. Just an Easter egg. Doesn't actually confirm Tim Drake. But hopefully we will get Tim Drake. Hopefully he's not an afterthought, but we're going to have to wait and see. But ladies and gentlemen, that is everything I think I'm going to get into in today's video. I wasn't originally going to make this because I was going to wait for a little bit more, but lots of people were saying, hey, Boba, have you seen this? Have you seen that? I was getting Twitter DMs, Instagram DMs, so thought I would go over it, make sure everyone is aware of it, and just get everyone's thoughts in the discussion down in that comment section. So I am expecting to see that, guys. Knowing my luck as well, what if there's more crazy stuff that's going to happen by the time I upload this video? I don't know. And what I mean by crazy is obviously actually more reveals potentially of the set dressing and actors on set, which may be from Thursday onwards or next week. We're going to have to wait and see. But obviously, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on any breaking news videos like that. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, just really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching the channel. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And I'll see you people of the DCU in the next video. Goodbye.